Extraordinarily big jump, but so big, is it hard to believe it's the start of a lasting long-term recovery?
It's funny. There were two times that were like this, 1933, and then the other time had been, we were looking at 2008, which was when TARP was passed, and we know both times there was no demand, and that was the real problem. The market went up, and there was demand for stock, but there wasn't demand for goods. And I think that until we see demand for goods or we actually see some secular growth stories like Skyworks Solutions, which we have on tonight, you realize that this was a gigantic short squeeze. That doesn't mean we can't continue. But there was a short squeeze today because people felt today was going to be another bad day. There would be no agreement between the Dems and Republicans. There still isn't. So I would say just be cautious. I mean, this was a one-day bull market. And you've had stocks that move so much, they basically moved as if, you know what, the second half of the year is going to be good. Wilf and Sarah, I struggle to find out why the second half of the year should be good. Maybe not as horrible as we think, but good? Is this the time to plunge into Norwegian Cruise Line? I don't know. If you're going to take one, maybe you want to own the stock. I'm saying maybe I want to be a little suspect about that trip.
Yeah. No, Jim, you're right. So we don't have a deal yet in Washington. And part of today's rally, I think, was founded on the hope and the optimism that we heard from the House Speaker when you spoke to her. You've been talking to the Treasury Secretary. You've got a line into both sides. What's the holdup?
Well, I think that there's still way too much skepticism about what Speaker Pelosi called the slush fund. Obviously, Secretary Mnuchin does not believe that the $500 billion is a slush fund. It's more of an ability to be able to make it so that whoever is really in trouble doesn't go under. In the interim, what you have is you have stocks like Nike, which you know better than anyone. Sarah had a good quarter, and China wasn't so bad. So suddenly you have this element of hope based on anecdotal evidence, and at the same time, how many companies are going to have to pre-announce that things aren't so good? Look, I don't think things are. I hate this kind of rally. This was a machine-driven rally, just like the sell-offs. We all know it. We know they were going to nail the close higher because that's what the machines do. They accentuate. And they accentuate. So I want to wait to see. I mean, today, there are other days besides today. This was one day of a one-day bull market, and then we're back into this notion of a dysfunctional market. It didn't really function today, guys. It really didn't.